This is BBC 5 Live.
The news on 5 Live at 8 o'clock. I'm Dina Hammam. 3 children have been found dead at an address in South London. Detectives from the Metropolitan Police were called to the house in New Malden last night. 5 Live's Faye Rusco has more on this.
Well, police were called out at 9:30 last night to an address in New Malden in South London. We know that a 43-year-old woman has been arrested after the bodies of 3 children were discovered. An investigation has begun and officers remain at the scene this morning. We'll keep you updated on any developments as they come in here on 5 Live.
The body that approves medicine in England and Wales says a new breast cancer drug which costs £90,000 per patient is too expensive. Kadcyla can extend the lives of 1 in 5 women dying of breast cancer by 6 months, but NICE says the drug is unaffordable for the NHS. The Metropolitan Police say 6 new incidents have come to light since a fresh appeal was issued in the Madeleine McCann case last month. They include allegations that a 10-year-old British girl was sexually assaulted in 2005 in the same resort in Portugal where Madeleine disappeared 2 years later. Moscow says Russia will retaliate if the interests of Russian people are threatened in eastern Ukraine. The comments come a day after Ukraine's acting president ordered the military operations against pro-Russian militants to resume. The acting first deputy prime minister is Vitaly Yarema.
In accordance with an instruction from the acting Ukrainian president, the anti-terrorist operation continues. Law enforcement bodies are working to liquidate the gangs operating in Kramatorsk, Slovyansk, and the other cities in Donetsk and Luhansk regions.
Memorial service is taking place for the victims of the South Korean ferry disaster. More than 150 bodies have now been recovered. Our correspondent Jonathan Head is on Jindo Island.
The pupils who were on board that ship came from, it was an entire year, 16 and 17-year-olds going off on a holiday before their final exam year. There were something like 325 students on board the ship, and we think possibly 70 to 75% of them died in the accident. So a terrible blow for that community.
We're getting some breaking news through here at BBC News. There have been multiple explosions at a bus station in Nigeria. We can cross to Abuja now, and our correspondent, Sarah Hatchard, is there. Sarah?
Yes, there have been 2 very powerful bomb explosions here at the Nyanya bus station on the outskirts of Abuja this morning. The attack happened during rush hour, so hundreds of commuters potentially involved in this incident.
There must be a lot of chaos, I can imagine, if other people have come along to see what's happening. Can you explain that a little bit?
I mean, the scene really is one of panic and fear. The capital city hasn't had an attack like this on this scale for about 2 years now. So a lot of shock, a lot of fear, burnt out vehicles surrounding me. Actually, the size is probably about the size of a football pitch, to give you an idea of the scale.
Okay, thank you so much, Sarah. Thanks for that. And finally, Spider-Man has swung to the top of the UK and Ireland box office chart after his latest film registered the biggest cinema opening of the year so far. The Amazing Spider-Man 2 took more than £9 million at cinemas last weekend, according to box office tracker Rentrack. The figure is more than the rest of the top 10 put together. That's it from 5 Live News, more in half an hour.
This is BBC 5 Live.